Hello all, welcome to another quick learning. Today we're going to be doing another Codecademy Python exercise. So this is part 2. If you missed part 1, I'll put a link down in the description. So we got to this review, and I guess I didn't see there was some exercises down below, but this is a good review of what we did on part 1. So let's go ahead and go through it. So first is, let's apply all the concepts you have learned one more time. Create a variable called skills completed and set it equal to the string Python syntax. So skill completed equals Python syntax. Go ahead and run that. And that's completed successfully. Create a variable called exercises completed, set that equal to 13. Create another variable called points per exercise, set that equal to 5. Alright, let's see if we got that completed. That's good. Now create a variable called point total, set it equal to 100. Whoops, didn't get the right. There we go. Maybe I spelled it wrong, I don't know. There we go. Update point total to be what it was before the result of multiplying. Be what it was before the result of multiplying blah blah blah. Exercises completed times points per exercise. I assume this is what they want. Apparently not. Let's see, what do you want here? You can add to a variable by using plus. Okay. Update to be what it was before plus, okay. So they want to do this for the result of multiplying exercises completed. And actually, we probably want point total equals 100 still. Times points per exercise. Let's see if that's what they want. Otherwise, we'll just get the solution for this. That is what they wanted. Okay. Now add a comment above your declaration of points per exercise. Okay. Comments, we use the pound symbol. That says, and I'm just going to copy this and paste. So I feel like writing all that. And then print a string up to the console that says, so we're going to do print, we're going to do I got, we'll do space, and then we'll do plus string points total, point total, and then we'll do plus points, boom. Sorry, I forgot that space there. Alright, so there we're all done. We'll go on to the next section here. I'm just going to start the next lesson. Alright, so we're going to learn strings here. Another useful data type is a string. A string can contain letters, numbers, and symbols. So name equals Ryan, age equals 19, food equals cheese, and they're all strings because they have the quotation marks. In the above example, we created a variable name and set it equal to the string value Ryan. We also set age to 19 and food to cheese. Strings need to be written in quotes. Create a new variable Brian, not brain, Brian, and set that equal to hello life. All right, awesome. Practice, excellent. Let's get some practice. Set the following variables to the respective phrases. Okay. Let's make sure I spell these right or it's not going to like it. Gram. And then we're going to go praline. If there's a reference here, I'm not really getting it. And Viking, Teresa. And then it's just going to print those variables so they're all printed there. And that's all there is. Escape characters. There are some characters that cause problems, for example. There's, you see the single quotation mark there. And then it gives it a problem there. This code breaks because Python thinks the apostrophe in theirs ends the string. We can use the backslash to fix the problem like this. So you can see the backslash is an escape character. That tells you to use this character inside of these quotes. So fix the string in, and there we go. Now the string is fixed. You can see it's color coded correctly. So you can see there's an error because the color coding after this is red. So when it's all color coded nice and neatly, we know it's correct. Access by index. Great work. Each character in a string is assigned a number. The number is called the index. Check out the diagram in the editor. So you can see in Python the index starts with 0. So this is the 0 index, 1, 2, 3, etc. In the above example, we create a new variable called C and set it equal to C. So it's taking the first character, which is C. This one, it's actually taking the fourth character, so 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's N. And then, just like I said, notice that the first cat example that we're calling the 0th letter of cat and getting C in return. This is because Python indices begin counting at 0th, therefore in the string cats, blah, blah, blah. Okay. On line 13, so that's this line here, assign the variable 5th letter equal to the 5th letter of the string Monty. Okay. So I'm going to go Monty, and then I'm going to go 6 because they want the 5th one. Start counting your indices from 0. Index out of range. Remember that the 5th letter is not the index 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So does it want me to do the 5th index? Is that what it wants? What does it want here? Give me the solution. Okay. 4, duh. Okay, I'm not really thinking. So yeah, the 4 responds to the 5th index. Sorry, it's been a long day. String methods. Great work. Now that you know how to store strings, let's see how we can change them using string methods. String methods let you perform specific tasks for strings. Focus on 4 string methods. Length, which is len, lower, which gives everything the lower case. Upper gives everything uppercase, and string, which just converts things to string. All right, let's start with length, len. On line 1, create a variable named parrot. So we got parrot here. and set it equal to the string Norwegian blue, so we're going with a lot of Monty Python references here. On line 2, type length parrot, so it's giving you how many characters are in this string here. After the word print, and run. Alright, next. Lower, we can use the lower method to get rid of all the capitalization in your strings. You call lower like so, which will return Ryan. So it'll just take this uppercase and make it lowercase. So call lower on parrot. After print, so we're going to go parrot dot lower, and you have to put, because this is a method, you have to put the parentheses there. And that's good. Then upper, we're going to do the same thing, it looks like. So parrot upper, all the lowercase is going to be turned into uppercase. Yep. String. Let's take a look at string, which is a little less straightforward. The str method turns non-strings into strings, would return 2 into 2. Create a variable pi, okay. Set it equal to 3.14, and then we're going to stringify it. So it's going to put quotations around it, and it's going to be a string data type. Next. Let's take a closer look at why you would use the length string and the string method here, but dot notation such as string dot upper for the rest. Okay, so we got lion equals roar, and then you got length of Ryan, and then you have lion dot upper. Methods that use dot notation only work with strings. On the other hand, length and str can work on other data types. So these methods only work on strings, but the length will work on anything. It can use an integer or anything like that. On line 3, call the len function with the argument ministry. Okay, and we're going to do ministry, and then we're going to invoke ministry dot upper. Okay. Next, printing strings. The area where we've been writing our code is called the editor. The console, the window to the right of the editor, is where the results of your code is shown. Print simply displays your code in the console. Print Monty Python to the console. All right. Pretty easy. Printing variables. Great. Now that we've printed strings, let's print variables. Declare a variable called the machine goes. Assign it the string value ping with an exclamation mark on line 5. Go ahead and print the machine goes on line 6. There we go. String concatenation. You know about strings and you know about arithmetic operators. Now let's combine the two. So you can see print, and then they're doing life plus the string of, and then Brian. This will print out the phrase life of Brian. The plus operator between strings will add them together one after the other. Notice that there are spaces inside the quotation marks after life and of, so that we can make the combined string look like 3 words. Combining strings together like this is called concatenation. Let's try concatenation a few strings together now. All right. Print the concatenated strings on line 3. So first we're going to put print, and then we're going to do spam. One thing to note, if you're using Python 3, you actually have to put this in parentheses. So you have to actually do it like this. But if you're using Python 2, it's fine. And then we're going to do and. Plus eggs. Make sure you include the spaces at the end of spam and. Okay, looks like we did that. There we go. Explicit string conversion. Sometimes you need to combine a string with something that isn't a string. In order to do that, you have to convert the non-string into a string. So we've seen this before using the str function. It just converts this number 2, which is an integer data type, to a string. So you can combine it with other strings. Otherwise, you'll get an error if you just try to combine a integer 2 with those strings. This will print, I have 2 coconuts. The str method converts non-strings into strings. In the above example, you convert the number 2 into a string, and then you concatenate the strings together, just like the previous exercise. Okay, run the code as is. You'll get an error. Okay, I'm running the code. Ooh, I got an error. Now I'm going to stringify this. And now we'll run it again. And it works. String formatting with %, part 1. When you want to print a variable with a string, there is a better method than concatenating strings together. The % operator, after the string is used to combine a string with variables, the % operator will replace the %s in the string with the string variable that comes after it. If you'd like to print a variable that is an integer, you can pad it with zeros using %02d. The 0 means pad with zeros. The 2 means to pad 2 characters wide, and the d means the number is a signed integer. It can be positive or negative. Alright, so you can see here they declare the variable to be 6, and they print 03 minus string, which is the day variable here, which is 6, minus dash 2019. So that would print out as it's commented here. And here they do instead an integer value with 2 padded zeros. So if it was empty, they would receive 0, 0. But since there's a 1 character long here, it's 0, 6. All right. So let's take a look at the code in the editor. What do you think it'll do? Click run when you think you know. All right, so we got string 1, string 2. Let's not go to %s, which corresponds to the first one here, which is Camelot. Let's not go to Camelot. 'Tis a silly string 2 place. So let's not go to Camelot. 'Tis a silly place. There we go. String formatting with % part 2. Remember, we used the % operator to replace the %s placeholders with the variables in parentheses. You need the same order of %s terms in a string as the number of variables in parentheses. So here you see the %s, which will replace it with nights, who %s, replace with say, and then nigh. Now it's your turn. We have blah in the code to show you what you need to change. Inside the string, we'll place 3 blahs with %s. After the string, but before the 3 variables, replace that with a %. Hit run. Okay. So what is your so your name is, and then we're going to do %s. Your quest is %s, and your favorite color is %s. And this also needs to be a %. Let's run that. My name is Aaron. My quest is eat pizza. Favorite color is red. And then it prints that out. Cool. Alright, so and now for something completely different. Great job. So you learned a lot in this unit, including 3 ways to create strings. So with single quotation marks, double quotation marks, or uses a str function to convert a number to a string. And then you got string methods. You got the len, which gives you the number of characters in the string. Upper converts everything to uppercase. Lower converts everything to lowercase. Printing a string, so just put print in the string. Advanced printing techniques. This is you put %s and then a %, and then in parentheses in the same order as in your string here, you put the variables or whatever you want, the strings you want it to replace. Let's wrap it all up. On line 3, create the variable myString. MyString equals, and set it to any string you like, pizza. On line 4, use len to print, so print len of myString. Pretty simple stuff, so that should equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should print 5, and then we're going to print my string.upper, whoops, my underscore string.upper. Since this is a, we're using the dot notation, so this is a method of that string. We're going to run that, and now pizza's all uppercase, and we finished this section of learning Python on Codecademy. So I'm going to end this here. There'll be other videos showing the other lessons in Codecademy for learning Python. I hope you'll join me for those. But for now, we're done. So thank you very much.